Okay, this notion of simplifying rational fractions can be difficult for students at first, and so I'm going to kind of revisit it again and talk about it some more. And apparently we're simplifying as opposed to simplifying. Pardon me. I guess that P should go in front. Right there, simplifying. If you look at a fraction like this, you might be able to look at that and tell that the lowest common denominator is 60. Because 60 is the first thing that both 12 and 20 go into. However, if you can't look at that and just see that, that's okay. You can always do things like just write out a bunch of multiples of 12, and then write out a bunch of multiples of 20, and see where they first match up. And that's going to be your lowest common denominator. Another way of doing this that we don't usually show people when they're young, because it feels kind of complicated, is to write out the prime factorization of these two numbers. 12 is 2 times 6, and 6 is 2 times 3. That means that 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. 20 is 2 times 10. 10 is 2 times 5. That means that 20 is 2 times 2 times 5. These are the prime factorizations of numbers 12 and 20. You grab the numbers at the ends of the tree branches. Those are prime numbers. If we see what they have in common, right now they both share two 2's. They both share a 4. 12 and 20 can both be divided by 4. If we take out what they have in common and look at what they don't have in common, a 3 and a 5, well, I can now see that if I just added a 3 to one side, if I multiplied this by a 3, I would get 60. And this would be 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. At the same time, if I multiplied this by 5, I would also get 60, 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. So I'd find the common factors. I look at what one side has that the other side needs. This side had a 5, so this needed a 5. This side had a 3, so this needed a 3. Now if I multiply the top and the bottom over here by 3, and the top and the bottom over here by 5, I get 25 over 60 plus 21 over 60, which is 46 over 60, which I can reduce to 23 over 30. And I added up those fractions. So I'll do it again a little bit quicker, and you can sort of watch the process. 18 is 9 and 2, 9 is 2 3s. So 18 is really 2 times 3 times 3. 15 is 3 times 5 and nothing else, 3 times 5. So I check to see what do they have in common. They both have a 3, just one 3. Which means that this side on the left needs to add this 5, and the side on the right needs to add this 2 and 3. So now they're both 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. They're common. That is 6, 18, 90. That means the lowest common denominator of 18 and 15 was 90. So I think, okay, what did I add to the left side? To the left side, I multiplied by 5. To the right side, I multiplied by 2 times 3. So the right side, I really multiplied by 6. And I get 15 over 90 plus 54 over 90. Add these up and I get 69 over 90. Those can both divide by 3. It's 23 over 30. So what I got last time? Pretty close. 23 over 30. Huh. Same thing both times. I did not mean for that to happen. Interesting. This game of common denominators we can play even once we start having variables and powers and stuff. I want to find the lowest common denominator of these two fractions. Well, I can kind of look at it and just see that it's 10x squared, but let me show you how I got that. This is 5x squared. This is 2 times 5 times x. 10 is just 2 times 5. 5 is already prime. So I look and see what does one side have that the other needs. And the left side has x squared, so the right side needs another x. The right side has a 10, so the left side needs a 2. Now they both have 2 times 5 times x times x. They both have 10x squared. That was my lowest common denominator. So the left fraction will get multiplied by 2 over 2, the right fraction by x over x, and I get 12 over 10x squared plus 8x over 10x squared, and altogether that becomes 8x plus 12 over 10x squared. I've simplified that fraction. First by finding the lowest common denominator. Look at this fourth problem down here. See if you can tell what the lowest common denominator is on your own. The lowest common denominator is 20x squared y to the third. It's always going to be the biggest power present on either variable and then the lowest common denominator of the numbers. So the first thing that 4 and 5 go into is 20. And then there's an x squared is the biggest power of x, and a y to the third is the biggest power of y. So it's 20x squared y to the third. So what I need to do now is make each denominator look like this. I need to make each denominator look like 20x squared y to the third. So the right side needs a 5 and 2 y's. The left side needs a 4 and an x. Now both of these will have denominators of 20x squared y to the third. On top, I'll have 15y squared minus 8x. So altogether it's negative 8x plus 15y squared over 20x squared y to the third. I put the x's before the y's to be in standard form. Now we can do it with factors. I'm going to play the exact same game just with factors as opposed to with numbers and letters. My lowest common denominator is still what I'm trying to find. In this case, they both share an x plus 5. They both have that in common. But the left side has an x plus 3, and the right side has an x minus 2. So my lowest common denominator is x plus 5, x plus 3, x minus 2. I need to make both fractions look like this. I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom of the right side by x plus 3. That makes this look like this. And I'll multiply the right side, see if you can figure out what I'm going to do the right side by x minus 2. So I get x minus 2 plus 2 times x plus 3. Instead of writing this out over and over and over and over, I'm just going to recognize this is going to be x minus 2, x plus 3, x plus 5. This is the whole entire denominator. So it becomes, I distribute, I get 2x plus 6, x minus 2 plus 2x plus 6 over whatever my denominator is, which would then become 3x plus 4. I'm simplifying the top. 3x plus 4 over x minus 2, x plus 3, x plus 5. X cannot be 2, negative 3, negative 5. So that takes work. It takes some doing. Once you get a feel for it, it'll start to go faster. But it's certainly not an easy process. Back here, I should have said x and y cannot be 0. And here I can say x cannot be 0. Forgot about that part. Okay. This one, I need to factor. So x squared minus 4 is really x plus 2, x minus 2. X squared minus 5x plus 6 is x minus 3, x minus 2. So I'm going to find the lowest common denominator. I just worry about the bottom, not the top. They are both sharing an x minus 2 term. I only need one of those. The left side has an x plus 2, that the right doesn't have. The right side has an x minus 3 that the left doesn't have. So I'm going to multiply here on top on the right side by x plus 2, because it's missing an x plus 2 term. On the left side, I'll multiply by x minus 3, because that's what it's missing. And so I get, on top, 3x squared minus 9x minus 2 times x plus 2 all over my common denominator. I usually give those in increasing order, x minus 3, x minus 2, plus 2. I'll keep simplifying the top, so I get 3x squared, negative 9x, minus 2x is negative 11x, and then negative 2 times positive 2 is negative 4, all over x minus 3, x minus 2, x plus 2, and x cannot be 3, 2, or negative 2. It's a process we'll spend some time with, and it's going to take a few days for us to get a real good feel for it, but I hope that this video was helpful. Thank you.